really good friends ever since we were little. I mean, we're cousins, so that's the way it works, really.
And we first made a band called The Sheep.
My first memory of Trademark must be the song The Swinging Sheep, which I believe was Stuart's composition.
I think it was when we were about 10 or something. We wrote Sticky Back Plastic Rap under the name Techno Beat. We actually made a full album when we were about 10 called Stereo, which was full of sort of stuff we'd made up and stuff. Pretty terrible if you listen to it now.
Had some really terrible lyrics about drawing dogs on cardboard and things.
And then when we were about I think I was about 15, almost about 13, we changed the name to Trademark.
I don't know, I can't really remember what happened then either.
We started recording albums of our sort of tunes and stuff.
Yeah, and then there was another album called Registered, and that was quite poor as well.
And then I suppose we actually got half decent about 1997 when we did Industrial.
It contained some classic Trademark back catalogue songs such as I Am Boss.
Then we did Obscure the year after.
And it was very, very hectic. I think the entire thing was done in about 4 days, but overall I was fairly happy with it, and I still listen to it now, and I think it's got a few good songs on it.
I should have read my stars, but I couldn't see that far ahead. The memories fade in time. I should have asked the question. I sit and stare like...
I think it was only really obvious I was in the band when I actually made the Audiologue in the summer '99.
I think Paul just kind of sneaked in without us noticing.
I didn't really join the band, I kind of just merged into the band, I think.
I must have met Paul when I was about, I don't know, 13 or 14. There was a school production they were putting on.
And he was doing all the music and the sound effects and things.
Paul and I introduced each other to each other's music, really.
December 1997, me and Ol played our first and only to this date gig.
And the audience were all my friends, so they seemed to like us anyway. It's a very kind of Pet Shop Boys setup with a CD backing and some extra keyboard parts over the top.
I remember being introduced to Paul and we got talking about synthesizers or something like that.
And I think we chatted about synthesizers for a little bit afterwards, and then I didn't see him again for ages, probably until the next summer.
Then about a year later, sort of used to speak to him when he used to go to Paul's house.
And then I think things started to come together with the idea of me joining the band and becoming 3 members.
Quite like having 3 people. Looks good in pictures, and there's more things there's more ideas bouncing around within the band.
Whenever we used to record, we used to think it was fun to go around taking a few photos of each other to stick on the cover or whatever. Then when we did Industrial, we decided to do some proper-ish photos. So a friend of mine, Stephen Baker, he's got a nice camera, so we asked him.
And he'd gone wandering round all these back streets where there were all these horrible doorways, mouldy fences, bits of scaffolding, railway bridges that were falling down, and we generally looked quite cool actually.
We went a bit more adventurous with Obscure. We decided to wear suits to Brighton, so we sort of stand on the beach wearing suits. And it actually turned out to be the hottest day of the year.
The Audiologue pictures involved us wearing lab coats in the centre of London.
We sort of stood next to buildings and a few interesting looking places that we found. Wore these lab coats and posed.
The recording of Audiologue was mainly done in a week in the summer of 1999, and then it was mixed down in a weekend, and Ollie did the singing in between that.
Audiologue is probably the first album that I'm almost completely happy with.
We sort of, every year we sort of get a bit better, I think, at what we do. Of course we've got Paul's input on Audiologue, which has brought a whole different side to Trademark.
It's really quite good, and people keep telling me it's quite good, which I'm really happy about, because it's nice to know you're appreciated and stuff.